What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the new La Liga team of the season, and it's going to be TOTS Navas. As you can see, we did manage to get him out of the 125k pack, or Sarah did anyway. Ridiculous pack look yesterday. She got 7 walkouts in a row, one of them including an icon. But we've managed to go ahead and get ourselves a TOTS Navas 89 right wing back. To be honest, nice card. I'd have preferred it as a right wing or a left wing at the very least, but I'll take it, to be honest. And the La Liga team of the season this year has probably been the worst La Liga team of the season we have seen in a long time. It just looks... There's some players, don't get me wrong, there's some players that look absolutely phenomenal, but realistically very average overall. I must admit, I probably preferred Bundesliga as a whole, and that one weren't... Well, actually, to be fair, Bundesliga was really nice. There's a few players like Ousmane Dembele looks insane for 1.3 mil, but we do have... So we're going to stick to Ben Yedder. Actually, he's 133k now. He was dropping a little bit, so obviously he's good. They're kind of fluctuating a little bit here and there. Obviously, it is kind of going up and down at the minute with the first day, but overall... He's an alright card. He's not going to be the starting right back in many teams. I can tell you that now. He plays better as a right wing back than a right back, obviously. I think that's what the card was designed for in total. It isn't really a right back, but there's not many people that play a 5 at the back formation, or at least that I've come up against in FUT Champs and Rivals. More than likely they have 4 at the back. So what I'd probably potentially do with this card is any of them centre mid positional change players that go from centre mid and they're really a right back. You've got the right back from PSG, the Belgium. Munir, something like that. You could swap them out and move TOTS Navas into somewhere else, and I think that is better way to use this card rather than using him as a right back. He's only 5'7". He's got a 2-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, which, to be honest, even for a right wing, that wouldn't be good enough in my opinion. Right-footed, obviously, and a medium work rates. Overall, them basic information isn't good enough to really make most teams for me. You definitely need, at the very minimum, 3-star weak foot, and then at least probably a 4-star skiller would be a lot better, obviously. But I can deal with 3 to an extent, depending on who's playing in my team. But obviously, 4 is always not a nice minimum at the very least. So more than likely, this card wouldn't get into many teams. However, really nice pace on him. That's something that he's always had quite a few years in a row now, that he's had at least 90 pace plus. 82 shooting overall. It's kind of nerfed a little bit just because obviously he's in the right wing back position. When he was a right mid, he only had 74, so he's got a +8 on his shooting as well. Passing wise, he's got 88 with that monstrous 95 crossing and 97 curve. Dribbling wise, agility and balance is both 96, and then he's got 99 stamina with 90 jumping and 97 interception. So for me, this card is usable to an extent, but not as a right back. I think he's got to be more right wing back, right wing, right forward, maybe even a right mid to an extent. And to be honest, you could probably get away with a right wing back with him. More so if you'd have to make sure that you've got tall centre backs to definitely kind of cover his own back, just because he is quite a small player. And I've noticed every time he does manage to get into that box for a header, to head it away clearance, he's just losing every single one. You'll see a couple that he does manage to get, but to be honest, the opponent is nowhere to be seen. So when they do challenge him, like you see there, the opponent doesn't head him. So he does manage to get up pretty high, but that's only because the attacker wasn't attacking him. When you put him under a bit of pressure in the air, he just crumbles. He absolutely folds, and it's very annoying. The main thing that I do like about him is his kind of get-back play. He's really quick at being able to get back into his position and really cover that defence, which is always nice. Just whether his defensive ability is to the standard of FUT Champs, probably not. I played 1 match with him in FUT Champs, or at least half a match, and then I've decided I needed to not do that. I think this week for Team of the Seasons, unless it's going to be someone like Ben Yedder, Dembele, some of the real top tier, they just don't fit in my team, the lower tier. And obviously I'm trying to keep my my losses down on tax, so I'm really trying to use all the lower rated ones for then when it comes to Monday and everyone's price has dropped, I can start picking up the big ones and really making some profit on that. The main thing as well with Navas is he draws a lot of fouls and a lot of people do tackle him just purely for the fact that he's got very good speed. The cross there wasn't that great. It did manage to do that little glitch thing where I've pressed X but then it changes after. I don't know if that's just purely me being rushy, but overall, he's not amazing. He's not amazing. I wouldn't tell you to go pick him up. Maybe if he's like 70 to 80k by the end of the week, he might be worth a little kind of challenge just to possibly put into your club if you're kind of a collecting kind of player. But if you're going to look for a serious right back to be in that starting lineup, for me, this card just isn't usable in that position, especially for FUT Champs. You could have a little bit of fun with him with a Spanish team, but obviously if you are from the start of the game, and you did did at least the starting flashbacks, Juan Fran is a much better option if you've got him. Even some other people, I personally like Valencia and Florenzi's special cards. They're absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to put Valencia back in there. But overall, we're giving him a 6 out of 10. Like I said, he's not a bad card, but for me, meta-wise and kind of in the competitive nature that we're in at the minute, he's just not good enough for that. Pace, for pros and cons, we've got pace, dribbling and attack for the pro, which definitely kind of links up well with the fact that he is a right mid, right wing back. But cons, definitely his tackling is not that up to scratch, and his height is a big problem when it comes to going against big players. Obviously, he's coming up against people like Neymar in the air as a meta. They're a bit better. Obviously, then as well, if you've got two strikers, sometimes they drift wide. Then you've got the likes of R9, Ronaldo, Ibra. There's just no chance. Super sub on FUT Champs, most definitely he adds a bit of pace. I think that I personally wouldn't put him on myself, but I think you could definitely get away with putting him on if you don't have a full meta list of super subs. 110k, which at the minute is 130, but it was 110k when I started recording this. And in value for coins, I've gone for a 6 out of 10 as well. At the minute, that is, when it does drop to say 70 to 80k, I think it would be more 7 to 8 out of 10, because obviously he's an 89 team of the season, but at the minute, I think 6 out of 10 does him justice. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. We're going to be bringing you more La Liga team of the seasons as the week goes on. At the minute, I'm just not very impressed with them. I really can't find my motivation to pick them up. They just don't look anything near what I really imagined them to be, and that's a bit sad, but obviously there's still definitely quite a few options in there to use, so I will be bringing them to you shortly. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you like down below, and if you're new around here, a subscribe is always amazing, and if you want to whack that bell button on as well, just to notify you when I do upload, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.